He started his career in 11th standard as a freelance journalist for Sunaparan.
I went to Sunaparan. That time Raju Naik was editor. He told me, no, you cannot become a journalist.
Has journalism been your moog?
Being a journalist was a kick in my life. Not that I had to show off. Everyone is asking you की cabinet केन्ना change करता तू. But बाहेर rumor आसा की तूच change जाता म्हणून.
Authenticity of the news is a big question mark.
तेणे तो सामंत पिसो, सामंत आवटो, सामंत हे करून जालो.
My name is Surraj Palekar and I welcome to our show, the Moog series. This is where we talk about Moog in people's life. The love, the Moog they have for their career, their profession or cause. And today we have a guest who was born in Borim, raised in Tamrasulla. He is one of the very well-known journalists in Goa. He started his career in 11th standard as a freelance journalist for Sunaparan. Then he went on to graduate in philosophy and psychology and continued as a journalist. He was once rejected in an interview of journalist by Herald. And today he is a bureau in charge for PTI and he also owns his own news channel. Well, let's welcome Rupesh Samant.
Thank you.
Rupesh, thank you तुम्ही आले म्हणून and thank you so much for giving us your time. I've got loads of questions and in fact Rupesh has been actually interviewing a lot of people in political industry and cultural segment of Goa. So I'm actually right now in panic mode that Rupesh is right in front of me, but he's a very dear old friend, so I'm comfortable that way. Well, Rupesh, once again, welcome.
Thank you.
Okay. Now, this is a question I've been actually longing to ask you for a really, really long time because we remember we've had this conversation many a times. Has journalism been your moog all the time or you just stumbled upon, being a journalist? What is it?
Okay, either I'll answer in Konkani.
No problem, no problem. Go ahead.
In Konkani, then
Yes.
English. माझे अशें आशिल्लें की either you become a journalist
Right.
or second option would be a taxi driver.
Taxi driver.
Yeah, because पयलींच सांगिल्लें म्हाका दोनां भितरली एक गजाली आवडटा बिकॉज ड्रायव्हिंग करप वचप भोंवप फूल डे भोंवप हें म्हाजें सारकें उमेद आशिल्ली.
Okay.
I can't sit at one place entire
Right.
day. So somehow journalism happened with like an accident when my grandfather died. I was emotional and that day I think I was in 5th standard that time. I just wrote 4 or 5 lines and then kept it and I just forgot that my grandfather was so nice. My father posted it to Sunaparan and they used to have this page called children's page that
Right.
on every Sunday.
Right.
I go to see next day, next Sunday, it appeared in Sunaparan. I was not even knowing and I was so excited. माझे नाव आयला Sunaparan. That is the first ever writing.
Okay.
Thereafter I realized that I like to write. Okay, and I used to write a lot of poems which are flop actually because then I tried imitating people. When I was in SSC, I thought I would pursue career in journalism. I went to Sunaparan. That time Raju Naik was editor.
Okay.
When I entered in, then he told me, no, you cannot become a journalist. Go.
Why is
Then
that?
then I realized. Then all this time I was like upset with Raju Naik. But recently when I interviewed him, okay, after interview I asked him, "Zale kide? Why did you rejected me?" तुझं डॅडी फाटल्यान येवन सांगलें की एकान घेवन वनाला अभ्यास सोडटलो आनी हेंच करतलो SSC पासूनच उरतलो म्हणून लेट हिम कंप्लीट हिज ग्रॅज्युएशन. Okay, so that's how he rejected. Then we went when I was in 12th. From then I requested Raju Naik that I'm sending you news from Sakri. So now we used to write news.
So that's how you started working freelancing for
Sunaparan. Then after 12th I came to Ponda. Then I started working as an official correspondent for Sunaparan in Ponda. When I was doing my college, I used to write and send news. In morning I used to do college, evening I used to go to Margao just as it is called as copy writer,
Okay.
So त्यांची करेक्शन करप रातभर हें करप मॉर्निंग आय हॅज टू सीट ऑन तेन्ना बायक्स आसताले आनी अशें तेन्ना एक जेफ्री म्हणून म्हाजो फ्रेंड जालो बायकवालो तेज्या फाटल्यान बसप आनी पेपर उडयत भोंवप कशें उमेद सारकें डिलिव्हरी बॉय आनी तो म्हाका मागीर बोरये पावयतालो देन अगेन कॉलेज. सो इट वॉज लायक अ सर्कल. सो आय कॅन लायक oxygen is required for me as much as journalism is required for me. It's like that.
So you, those years, did you find journalism as like a very, what do you call it, glamorous, or it was more like,
No,
what was it for you?
there is something called kick in life that you
Kick in
get
life.
always. You know, that being a journalist was a kick in my life. Not that I had to show up. No one knew in my college used to know that I am a journalist. Because no one used to read Sunaprant in my college. Tarun Bharat was a famous newspaper
Correct.
at that time.
Those years.
But tari pun what's up Sanjay and kick, and to know what is happening around when Nylon 66 agitation happened. When
Nylon happened in Kerry, right?
Yeah, Kerry. That Nilesh Naik was killed. That time I remember I was proofreading. Sorry, I was not copywriting. Proofreading I was doing. Okay. Then the proofreading म्हणून आसताले. आणि कानान आयकतालो हे मारले ते एक्साइटमेंट सारके अरे कितें जालें बॉय जालो हे जालें ते जालें ते एक्साइटमेंट समथींग ओके सो रातभर आमी ते वाचताले की आनी आमचो बाबली नायक म्हणून स्टील देर बाबली नायक थंय बसून पेपर कॉपी हे करतालो ही वॉज व्हेरी स्ट्रिक्ट इवन नाव इज स्ट्रिक्ट कितेंच विचारप ना ताका पूण तेणें वाचलेलें आयकप फक्त तो तेन्ना मोबायल ना काय ना न्यूज कोणाक काय कळना नेक्स्ट डे पेपरार छापता ती न्यूज आणि दॅट फन बिकॉज आय नो हाव टू यू नो प्रिंटींग ऑल्सो प्रोसेस हांव सीन कारण आमचे थंयच प्रिंटींग प्रेस आसतालो आमचे थंयच तेन्ना रील येताले पळय हाजे कॅमेराचे थंय ब्लॅक बॉक्स आसताले ते ब्लॅक बॉक्सान वचून ते रील हें करपाचें आनी थंय आय वॉज यंगेस्ट इन द टीम सो ते फ्रेंडशीप मारून तेजे भितर वचून हांव रातचो रील कशें करता ते पळयतालो म्हणजे all curiosity.
I'm sure, yeah.
And I think that helped me later on.
But you never got rejected. I mean, like, felt bad when you were actually rejected by O Herald because you couldn't speak English
that
and
is
write
another
English.
thing, and I actually deserved to be rejected that time.
Really?
Because my English was very bad. My written English was very bad. My oral speaking and spoken English was very bad. Somehow I applied. It was on 16th August, I remember, just a day after my birthday. आणि मागीर गेलो थंय आनी बसीन गेलो आनी आय वॉज बॅडली ड्रेस्ड एज युजल यू कांट एक्सपेक्ट टू बी अ विलेज गाय टू बी ड्रेस्ड वायजली गेला आनी देर वॉज वन एडिटर आय डोंट नो वेदर टू टेक हीज नेम ऑर नॉट इनफॅक्ट राजन नारायण ही वॉज द एडिटर ही आस्क्ड मी फ्यू क्वेश्चन्स आनी म्हाका इंग्लिशूच उलोवंक येना ओके सो पुअर फेलो इन द सेन्स बट ही वॉज टू रूड काडलें वच म्हणपाक गेट आउट you stand rejected. Then I went out and I was like, okay, Asu, so maybe I am not destined for Herald. But when I was stepping out, there was a guy called Julio Disilla. He was then chief reporter. Then he saw me and it started raining. I still remember on that Herald. Now they have shifted back to that building.
Right.
And Julio came in and he's asking me, he saw a file in my hand. Why you come? I'm a reporter. What come in? I said, no, rejected already. What? Then he said, म्हाका एकूच एप्लिकेशन जालें तेजी तुजी गेलो जाल्यार म्हाका रिपोर्टर मेळचो ना म्हणपाक लागलो वॉच भितर देन वी वेंट इनसायड देन ही कन्विन्स राजन नारायण टोल्ड 6 months if he doesn't know how to write no he's out. Okay so every day Julio used to train me with his choicest of the words okay and he frustrated जातालो but then finally it kicked off from there.
So now this was your love for journalism.
Yeah.
What is your well-known love for a mook for politics? I have seen like loads of your videos interviewing who's who of Goa's politicians, right, from chief minister to name any other minister that is here today. What is that obsession or passion again? I mean, for politics.
So see, we are living in a very democratic setup. If India was not a democracy, then I would not have been bothered about politics. But we are in a democracy where my job being a journalist, I have to tell people, what exactly is happening. So many people say ki tu kidai vicharta त्यांचे तोंडार कशी विचारता but that's my job okay means I won't say but see among that day I asked him a question ki everyone is asking you ki cabinet केन्ना change करता तू but भायर rumor आसा की तूच change जाता म्हणून what about that so everyone how can you ask I said yeah because there is a what I am asking is what people are discussing let people and they also like when you ask on their face.
Correct. People like those stories, the controversy technically.
People also like and the one who wants to answer, okay, he also likes ki baba you ask me this question. Amit स्वतः काय टायमाचेर अशें बर्डन
let's not ask. We become more careful.
काय ना they are politicians are ready to answer any of your questions. Okay, so politics is my liking.
Okay.
And again there is a kick in politics. Go to see Of course, culture is my writing, traveling.
Yes, we have seen. Yes.
Series called Pasai,
Correct.
where we travel. But politics is something which is everyday bread and butter. Like.
Okay. So from a journalist working, and today you are a bureau in charge for PTI, and you also own your own your news channel, which is Goa News Hub. So how has been your journey? I'm sure, was it easy, difficult, or what is it? Was it a cakewalk?
That was natural. Sometimes even my entire life, if you go to see, nothing I have planned.
Okay.
Things happen naturally. Sometimes it is good to get frustrated in life. So Goa News Hub is one of the. If it started when I got frustrated in life.
Achha.
In fact, PTI is a very reputed news agency. It gives me a good income, reputation, everything.
Right.
But smaller news items are not carried by PTI because it's a national news agency. So एक frustration जाता कि ना कितरी करपा जाय. Then 4 of us friends, I can name Samir Narvekar, then Ketan Golatkar, then there was one lady called Vinaya and me got together and start करूया म्हटलें. We will start something. कितें तरी करूया. आणि आमचें अशें even till date now also फाल्यां न्ही आज. फाल्यां म्हाका सांगना तूं करता आज. Start कर Facebook account चालू कर.
No, but that changes between you and me actually. Every time I ask you for a coffee, you always say next time.
Yeah.
But anyways, coming to the point. So how was your journey to start this channel?
Yeah, because when all this frustration was mounting up, then one fine day we said, no, we'll start our own things. And name what to name it. So Goa News. And Goa News what? Goa News this, that. And then I consulted one of my friends. He said, hub bare. Okay, Goa News Hub. Okay. Goa News Hub barita. Okay. Then started and take a thought in Ashilo. In fact, now go to see, I should not have named it at Goa News Hub because my area of operation is limited to Goa.
Correct.
If I want to go to Maharashtra or Karnataka, then Goa word becomes.
Yes.
But then it started. It picked up. When first ever interview I did was on Facebook. That was Facebook live interview. Okay, so everyone was laughing. सगळे जाण मेजर न्यूज चॅनलवाले जे माझे फ्रेंड आसा फेसबुकार कोण इंटरव्यू करता रे म्हणपाक लागलो. फेसबुकार इंटरव्यू करना रे कोण पळयता पळोवनाका म्हणटा काय म्हाजे कडेन मागीर चॅनल ना चॅनलाक पयशे ना म्हाजे कडेन कांयच ना म्हाजे कडेन हें ना. इनफॅक्ट आय एम इफ यू वूड लाव एटलीस्ट नाव यू आर शूटिंग विथ टू हे म्हाजे कडेन एक कॅमेरा घेतालो समीर आनी समीर स्वता गिंबल जातालो असो तूं उलयतना तुजे कडेन हांव उलयतना हेजे कडेन असो करून ते करताले. देन इट स्टार्टेड. नाव 10 years down the line, 7 years down the line, everyone is having interviews on Facebook. If you go to say, majority channels are also showing their interviews on Facebook.
So it has taken you almost 8 years to be where you are today with Goa News Hub. It's been 8 years.
Yeah, it will take more time also because I can't call myself as a very well established news channel.
Okay.
Though number wise we are number 3.
Okay.
The Facebook, I'm talking about figures of Facebook.
Correct.
In Goa it is showing number 1. Prudent is number 2 and we are shown as number 3. Okay. So people can contradict, but माझ्याकडे आसा तो record wherein it shows. There was a time during COVID when we were number 1.
Got it.
Okay. कारण people had lot of time on Facebook, so कांयच नाशिल्लें तेन्ना we were number 1.
So you do plan to actually expand, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, we are planning to expand, but not as a news channel, but as this platform.
So all these years, almost 15 years in journalism, no?
25 years.
25 years in journalism. So what is the major shift you've seen in journalism compared to what it used to be before and what it is today?
The major shift has happened. One is because of telephones पयली आसताले.
Correct.
Okay, तू जर ऑफिसान ना आनी तुका फोन करून कोण सांगता जाल्यार तुका मिस जाली ती न्यूज. तुका कळत नाशिल्ली ती न्यूज. ओके, गॉन. ओके. ते आता बसलेले कडेन सुद्दां थंय पडले आसतले न्यूज. सो दॅट इज वन थिंग. अनदर थिंग आतां सेन्सेशनलायझेशन आशिल्लें पयलीं नाशिल्लें. People used to tell news and finish.
So that used to be more authentic. Now you have to add more drama to it.
आता कशें जालां, now there is a lecture series where I am asked to give a lecture on telling news in digital era. Okay. So I'm going to tell them telling news in digital era is fine, but telling right news in digital era is difficult right now.
Correct.
Because I'm giving you this example. BJP चो एक leader, I won't name him, I have not taken his permission. Okay. एक दीस आयले कोविडा टायमार तो मेलो म्हणून. कळ्ळें? तो मेलो. XYZ मेलो, फोटो घातलो. अरे मेलो? काल म्हणसर उलयला मरे तो मेलो कसो? तो बाबडो फोन करून सांगता आपूण मरूं ना, तो हांव जितो आसा, म्हाज्या नांवाचो एक कोण तरी हॉस्पिटलान मेला आनी लोकांनी धरलो तो हांव म्हणून. सो नेक्स्ट 4 days बाबड्याक फक्त फोन म्हणून सांगचें पडटा हांव जितो आसा, हांव जितो आसा, हांव जितो आसा. लोक मागीर फोन करून तूं खरोच जितो आसा काय म्हणून. सो टू दॅट एक्सटेंट फाल्यां कोण मिसींग जालो आमी घालना, कित्याक भुरगो मिस जालो म्हणून घातलो, भुरगो मेळटा पूण आमचे इतले सर्क्युलेट जाता, तो भायर गेला परत हाडून आवय बापायक पावयत म्हणून.
So you saying that authenticity of the news is a big question mark in these days?
वेळूच दिना लोक, म्हणजे तुका टायमूच मेळना. ऑथेंटिसिटी कशी कन्फर्म करप कांयच कळना. तो कोण मेलो म्हणून तुका ब्रेकूय करपाची आसा, पूण तो मेलो म्हणून हांव काय डेड बॉडी पळोवंक वचूं शकना, ते फॅमिलीक तो मेलो काय विचारूय शकना. कुशीक आशिल्लो हय म्हणटा तरी हांव ट्रस्ट करूं शकना, कारण टोणे हय म्हणटा ते मनशांनी खंय तरी वाचलेले आसता आनी तो तुका सांगता हय रे हेच म्हणून. कळ्ळें. न्यूज आतां सीएमान असो स्टेटमेंट केलो, जो मेरेन व्हिडिओ पळयना तो मेरेन तूं कांयच करूं शकना, केलोय म्हणूं शकना, करूय ना म्हणूं शकना. सो हे तेन्ना प्रॉब्लेम नाशिल्ले. पयलीं हांव वतालो उलयतालो, म्हाका टायम आसतालो. ओके, 5 येतालो, न्यूज मारतालो. आतां फातोडे 5 न्यूज मारची पडटा, रातची सांजचो 5 न्यूज मारची पडटा. आनी तूं कन्फर्म कसो करतलो म्हाका सांग पळय. हाव डू यू कन्फर्म? कळ्ळें. तुजें कितें जाय तूं फोनूच घेना थोडे लोक, मागीर जालें कन्फर्म जायना, बातमी ब्रेक करिना.
But have you ever got in trouble because of this, that you've actually broken a news and then you just realize the news is out there from Goa News Hub but the news is not true? Have you ever got in trouble?
खंयच्या तरी नागालँडान लँडस्लायड जाली, ती कोणे तरी सारकी धाडली की गोंयान लँडस्लायड जाली म्हणून. कळ्ळें. आनी आमी ती छापली बिपली. मागीर घे लोकांच्यो गाळयो वाचून कळ्ळें की बाबा ती लँडस्लायड जावना म्हणून, मागीर ती डिलीट करची पडली.
But tell me one thing, this is a landslide issue and probably other wrong news issues is one. But in your specific, profession, one thing I've realized it, and specifically with you, now that you meet who's who in the industry, has it ever happened that you rubbed somebody the wrong way and you ever got threatened or you got into trouble? Don't you fear all that?
Dale, all the time.
That has happened to you?
This has been happening all the time. When
can you share what
sting operation that was done.
Sting operation?
Yeah.
When was that?
In Goa was in 2010. We exposed this Israeli guy called Yaniv Benaim, alias Attala. His links were there with then Home Minister's son. Okay. Then it got completely exposed. Then they were after me for, then they whatever they had to do, they did. That was the first ever. There was a woman called Lucky Farmhouse. Okay. Even if you go on her website now, those videos are there. She exposed. But that time you actually get into wrong books. Ata jo then Home Minister, now is a MLA. तेणे तो सामंत पिसो, सामंत आवटो, सामंत हे करून जालो. कळ्ळें. आनी आजुनूय तो म्हाज्या तोंडा मुखार आयलो जाल्यार म्हाजे कडेन उलयना. कळ्ळें. Somehow his son got out. Whether he was really involved or not involved, I really don't know. Okay, because at least sting operation and त्या मनशान सांगलें हो मनीस इनवॉल्ड आसा म्हणून. आफ्टर दॅट I don't want to name them now because officers were arrested. 3 officers were arrested who are reinstated back now and they are not talking to me again. I phone केला हय सारे अशें करता. Okay. they are back in police service now.
But usually family is not worried about your profession. Does it bother them? Because see, I'll tell you what, you started at 11th standard is what I'm saying. Maybe then you were like very immature. You're just trying to get basic news. I'm sure there would be a time when you came to some serious news that started. Did that ever worry your family right from those years?
No, the biggest source of inspiration for me is my father.
Okay.
He is one person जेणे अजून म्हणसर कोणाचे अशें वायट चिंतूना, वायट करूना. बट हांव घरा गेल्या बरोबर then he discusses news and he feels excited about it.
He's been a headmaster, right?
Yeah, he was a headmaster in Barabhumi High School. He was having a good stable job in a city. Then he left it. He went to Tamdi Sulla, which was a jungle. Then he worked for Barabhumi High School. Then he came to Sri Ram High School, another jungle area. His entire life he lived as a headmaster, that typical headmaster. But family, they are supportive.
Right.
If they had to tell me बाबा करू नाका म्हणून न्ही, then you get discouraged. तू घरा वचना बरोबर तू कितें केलें, गरज नासतना कित्याक केलें ना.
Any specific memory you would like to share of your childhood, while growing up, especially in place like Tamdi Sulla? I mean, I think I discovered Tamdi Sulla probably when I was like 19. We didn't even hear about this name those years. मागीर कळ्ळा. I mean,
childhood memory में I can swim in river because आमी थंय न्हंयचेरूच न्हांवपाक वताले. ओके सो आय कॅन स्विम इन रिवर. जंगलान तूं घातलं जाल्यार आय कॅन बी देर इन जंगल फॉर सर्वायव. नॉट इन द सेन्स नॉट लायक दॅट कोणाक खावन दिवन तसलें न्ही, बट एटलिस्ट बेसीक तूं सर्वायव करूं शकता. आनी कशें आसा, इंग्लीश येयना म्हाका, ओके, आनी येवना म्हाका. आय एम नॉट सॉरी फॉर दॅट. कारण पूण म्हाका तूं तांबडे सुर्लाचे कितें विचार, गोंयच्या खंयच्या जंगलाचे विचार, गोंयच्या आर्टाचे विचार, कल्चराचे विचार, ते म्हाका कळटा.
So language should not be the barrier for your specifically with journalism or the profession.
Absolutely. आता तूं खंयी वच, you go anywhere, you ask me. And this is part of like when I was child, I have seen चोर म्हूण आसताले पयलीं. शिगम्याक चोर म्हूण आसा खबर आसा, तूं तुज्याच घरान चोरी करप, ओके, पूण कितें चोरी करप अशें वस्तू बिस्तू न्ही. दॅट डे यू आयला तूं घरान हें करप, घड, केळ्यांचो घड, ओके, तो मारप, आमे आसल्यार आमे मारप. शिगम्याचे एकूच दीस एलावड तुका चोरी करपाक, ओके, दॅट इज अ ट्रेडिशन. मागीर तूं वचून मांडार वचप, तें हें करप, मागीर अख्खो गांव येता. ते चोराक कशें आसता, कांय नासता, फक्त पानां बांदून आसता दीसभर तूं, ओके, तूं पानां बांदून चोर जावप. सो दॅट टायम थंय कशें आसा, हेडमास्टराचे भुरगे आसा म्हणून चोर जावचे ना अशें ना. दॅट ट्रायबलां बरोबर आमी चोर जावन धांवताले, ओके. आय एम द ओनली लकी पर्सन हू ऑन म्हाजी जर तुवें हें पळयलें, मार्कशीट पळयलें, पेरंट सिग्नेचर आनी हेडमास्टर सिग्नेचर सेम आसा. पेरंट सिग्नेचर बापूय मारता. माय फादर इज अ हेडमास्टर सिग्नेचर. वेन यू गो टू स्कूल, वन फायन डे ही वॉज टिचींग, हांव सांगू पप्पा, आय एम नॉट पापा म्हणा, सर म्हण, ओके. सो you have to do lot of that thing. So these are the things which are not there in everyone's life.
Ever got threatened?
No,
by someone?
No.
Ever by for news? Hey, get that news out.
ना रिक्वेस्ट येता.
Never threatened.
करना कोण. आतां कसं जाता, रिकॉर्ड केल्यार तेच फोनान पडटा, असं जाता. सो नो वन थ्रेटन्स, बट रिक्वेस्ट करता, आय कित्याक घातली रे तुवें, काण्णा कान मारे घातली, आतां कितें करूं, तूं पयलीं सांगपाचें मरे, ते टायप म्हणपाचें आनी ओगी रावपाचें, तशें.
Any specific message you would like to pass on to budding journalists who want to get into the industry of journalism? Any message from your side?
Don't look at anyone.
What do you mean don't look at anyone?
Don't look at anyone for inspiration.
Inspiration.
जाता कशें, म्हाज्या टायमाचेर जे सिनियर जर्नलिस्ट आशिल्ले तांकां जर पळयल्लें हांवें न्ही, जाल्यार हांव जावचो नाशिल्लो.
Okay.
I would have become someone else like them.
Correct. Okay. You would have become them. Okay.
ते तांचे हेजेर रायट आसा, रॉंग आसा, इट इज देयर लुकआउट. बट आय एम वॉट आय एम बिकॉज आय रियलायज, ओके, दॅट दीज आर माय स्ट्रेंथ्स.
करेक्ट.
ओके. सो कोणी जर्नलिजम करपाचो चिंतता न्ही, ताणें आपली स्ट्रेंथ कितें ती पळोवपाची. तो करता. आतां सूरज कितें करता म्हणून हांवूय तेच करपाक बसलो समज न्ही, जाल्यार हांव कांय करपाक पावचो ना.
करेक्ट.
आनी कीप ऑन कमिटींग मिस्टेक्स. म्हजे प्रमाणे the more you commit mistakes, the more you will correct yourself and more you are getting into a finer
you become better, you improvise, you evolve.
हांव खूब जाण कशें जाता, आतां तेणें बरी हांवूय तशेंच करता म्हणटा म्हाजें ओरिजिनलिटी वता.
करेक्ट.
ओके. सो ओरिजिनलिटी मेंटेन करपाची आनी डोंट बी अफ्रेड ऑफ एनीवन. एवरीथींग इज अ पासिंग फेज. आतां आज जर म्हाजो तो दुस्मान आसा, आज तो म्हाका मारतलो, बडयतलो, कितें कितें म्हणटलो, फायन. 10 वर्सां उपरांत हांव इतलो स्ट्रॉंग जातलो की हांव ताका एक ते जाणा लॉंग आन्सर्स दिता. आय नो समटायम्स थंय बसतकर प्रॉब्लम जाता टायमा खातीर, बट एक अग्निपथ 2 एक सेंटेन्स आसा की तूं पैलवानाक माफ केलो तेन्नाच म्हणूं शकता जेन्ना तूं स्वता पैलवान आसता.
करेक्ट.
कळ्ळें. सो तूं पैलवान जा आनी देन तूं सांग ओके तुका माफ केलो. तुवें म्हाका कितें म्हटलें, आय एम नॉट.
यू वुड बी इक्वली पावरफुल.
बिकॉज आय एम, म्हाका जाल्यार हांव झगडूं शकता तुजे कडेन, बट हांव तुजे कडेन ना. पण हांव बारीक आसा आनी हांव तुका माफ केलो म्हटल्यार तो फॅट मारता तुका कोण माफ करपी. सो दॅट प्रोसेस ऑफ बिकमींग पैलवान नो,
येस,
इन जर्नलिझम यू हॅव टू स्टार्ट.
Well, that was Rupesh Samant for us, and this conversation is going to go beyond these cameras now. Rupesh, thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for your time dilo. But before you leave, I have a beautiful gift for you. It's more from our side to you. Yes.
Don't set this. It's heavy. आम्ही interview करता. Everyone will expect us to give.
You better.
Thank you.
Anyways, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time soon. Thank you so much.